I'm Antonio Cayonne, and I have the definitive list of the best nap scenarios ever.
I'm Bran, and I don't know what that means, but I have the best list of the top 10 nap scenarios ever.
I'm Dan, and somebody float me a nap, and this is the diss list.
What?
Oh,
What is it? What
Get
is it?
funky with me. Break it down.
It's the diss list with Bran and Dan. It's the diss list with Bran and Dan. It's the diss list with Bran and Dan. What is it? It's the diss list.
It's the dance list. It's the dance list. It's the dance list.
Oh, yeah.
Diss list with Bran and Dan.
Diss list with Brandon Dan. Oh, man.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
You know what, Bran? They're not going to get this on the Deck the Hallmark feed for long. I'm just letting you know.
What do you
With
mean?
songs like that, the diss list has got to be its own thing.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
does.
we can't. People are going to be playing this on the Deck the Hallmark feed, and they're going to be thrilled because it's a better show than Deck the Hallmark, and I think we all have established that. But with music like that, we can't give that away on the feed. We brought in a band.
Yeah.
Dude, you want to kick it over to Larry? He's here.
Larry, play us out, buddy. We're very excited today. We are joined by the one, the only Antonio Cayonne.
Oh, baby.
Oh my goodness, Antonio! The crowd here is going nuts.
Yeah, they
I
are.
love your in-studio audience.
I know,
So much
buddy.
love.
Welcome back to the show. It's been a long time since you've actually been on Deck the Hallmark, which is crazy.
It has. Thank you. Thanks for
welcome
having
back.
me.
You've got
Always a blast.
this is actually really good timing. You got a movie coming out in a few weeks down
Is it
on
in a few
the
weeks?
farm,
Yeah.
town with the boy. What's it called?
It's called. I will say this, Antonio. Before you talk about your movie, we do a preview episode where we talk about the movies we're most excited about. I didn't know you were in the movie
Real
and
West.
Neither did I.
The movie is called Real West.
It's Real
and
West.
I gave it 0 corn cobs. What was it?
I don't remember.
I gave it 0 excitement. Like I said, this sounds like the worst one.
It's
I gave
PSL.
0 PSLs is what I gave it. So just so you
Aaron,
know
your
that
mic's
if you were to
working now,
listen
by
to
the
the
way. That's
September episode, just know that I
It was
still love
PSLs,
you.
Daniel.
But I said
I
this
know
movie
you do.
sounds like it's
I'm not
us.
worried.
Okay,
I'm
good,
not
good,
worried.
good. Yeah.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
think
Tell
I'm
us how
allowed to have
great your
an
movie's
opinion
going to be.
on
Yeah, tell us about
Pretty
Real.
amazing.
Tell us about Real West.
I know so little about it. So what I can tell you, is that the people are great. Terry Ingram's the director. I think that dude is so funny. Terry Ingram.
It's
Terry
a
Ingram,
Real
everybody.
West.
Terry's funny.
Terry Ingram. Sorry.
Is this
Yeah,
going to
he's-
become a
he's
one
very
up with
funny.
that situation? Our guest tries to do the diss list, and we keep on hitting the hi-hat.
There's nothing we can do.
Dude, Larry's over there. He struck up the band. I'm sorry. Terry Ingram did
That's okay.
Unexpected Christmas. He's done some of the best Hallmark movies ever made. That's true.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He's very funny. I like the way he shoots. I like the way he thinks. I like the way he runs his set and sets things up. Everything's pretty chill and low key. Lucas Bryant. I don't know. The jawline on that guy is incredible.
His accent,
That
too,
dude-
man. Wow.
Man, he's from Elmira, Ontario. If you
Elmira.
want to know the way to my heart, just be from Ontario.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Make you feel like you're home.
Also, he put on a cowboy outfit, and I just thought, this is your life. I don't believe that he's not a cowboy. He looks the part. He walks the part. He talks the part. It's great.
What
The fact that he's from Ontario is shocking to me.
he's doing a southern?
Yeah.
I'd have
doing
told
makes
you
no
he's
sense.
from like Lubbock, Texas.
Exactly.
He's unbelievable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, the dude's fantastic.
Yeah.
Also,
What are you a cowboy? Are we gonna get to see you
Marley.
in cowboy garb?
You're gonna see me wearing a cowboy hat once, but no, I'm not
Okay.
a cowboy. No,
So
I'm
you're
a cowboy.
not Real West.
I'm
You
the
are-
city
You're
kid
Fake
that
West.
rolls up and buys a hat and cosplays. But I was very happy to cosplay. So happy that I bought the hat. I was like, I need this.
He bought
This
the
guy-
hat.
Yeah, I got it right over here. It's amazing.
What do you mean you
Lost
bought the
money.
hat?
He lost money on this gig.
Yeah.
You had to buy the hat from.
They said I think this is fair. They said we could pay you or we could give you the hat.
The hat. Got to take
I
the
mean,
hat.
why would
You
you?
gotta
I've
buy
never
a
been a
hat.
cowboy before. Why
How
am I
many
gonna,
gallons we talking? 10, 40, 60? What do we got?
Do you
We
got
don't
that?
use gallons here,
do
so
you-
it's
do you got
got to
the-
be 100.
do you got
it's
the
like,
hat
It's
nearby?
like 88 ounces.
Is
What's
it
that?
nearby? The hat?
Is it nearby? Yeah, it's right here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go get
grab
it.
it. Yeah,
Hang
grab
on.
the hat.
Oh, hang on. Stay here. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, we won't.
It's the dance list with Brandon Dan. The dance list with Brandon Dan. It's the dance list with Brandon Dan. There's Antonio with a
Cowboy
hat on.
Oh man,
I like
Well,
that.
howdy, everybody.
Oh, look at this guy.
There he is.
It just happens. You put the
Dude,
you take it
that
off and
hat?
It's normal.
Man.
wow, you are
It's pretty
Cotton Eye
sweet.
Joe with that hat on. I can tell you right now.
Look out,
Look
ladies.
at this guy. Yeah,
That's amazing.
headphones underneath.
Yeah.
I feel like
When's
it
he
should've been
dropping a
up to here.
mixtape?
Go full
that's
on
10
Antonio
gallon.
real quick,
That's
Aaron.
10
Go
gallon
full.
max.
How many gallons is this?
That's 5 or 10.
5? 5 gallons?
That's a 5 gallon. That's a 5 gallon boy.
I'm like a liter of a bag of milk here.
Flip it up. Start pouring water in.
Yeah.
See how far you get.
See how far.
I'll do it later.
We're very
just
excited
wait like
today.
this.
We're back with another diss list. It is a very simple show. We bring a guest on, and they bring whatever list they want to, a top 10 list of whatever they want to.
Anything they want to bring.
Which we might need to start putting some
Yeah.
confines to. And
anything.
I did say anything. And then at the end of the show, Dan and I are going to get to mess around with the list a little bit.
That's right.
That's
why they call it the diss list.
That's why they call it.
Good
And,
luck. It's a perfect list.
Throughout the list, Dan and I will also be poking some holes, maybe being like, I
Yeah.
don't like that. We might diss your list.
Oh, I see what you
All
did there.
sorts of good stuff will be happening. And today, Antonio, you've brought a list. I'm surprised we made it this long without this topic being brought up.
Yeah.
But tell everybody about what you brought. What is
Yeah.
your list? And why you brought this
And the
list.
parameters that you use.
Yes.
to
I
create
will give you the
some of those.
parameters.
Yeah.
I should have asked, but I just thought, you gave me some examples. You were like, candy. I love candy. I can go deep down the rabbit hole on
This is-
candy.
I think it starts
thought you
here.
guys could too.
You giving examples, and it
He was,
starts
he,
with
he was
candy.
like beverages, and I thought the drinks
I
that I
said
like are weird. I'm
sequels.
weird. You're not going to know any of the drinks, and then you're going to replace it with like diet pep or something. So I'd be mad about
Listen,
it.
I'm very
Diet Pep.
high on the Dr. Pepper Zero
Yeah.
right now.
See, I knew it. I
Very
didn't even
high
see
on
what
it.
that was, and I knew it was going to be
You knew it
a
was
diet
Diet Pep.
something,
Yeah,
doctor
very
something,
high
zero
on
something.
it is all I'm saying.
Well, I love naps. I don't know if you guys know this about me.
No, this is true. Antonio comes to Bramblefest every year, and we get to see him that 1 week a year, and
Yeah.
we'd love to make it more often. But Antonio
are
comes
due
in-
a trip
and-
up to
and
your
we
neck of
are
the
due a
woods.
trip up to your neck of the
Yeah.
woods. But every year, what I learn about Antonio and talking to him is
You're paying our way that
you're-
time, right?
Yeah,
Is that
the
what I'm
hat.
saying?
You
Yeah,
sell
yeah.
the
The
hat.
restaurants are
you
flush.
pay that- yeah.
It's a bit.
Whenever I talk to
sweet
Antonio,
pasta money.
I realize that one, Antonio doesn't sleep like the rest of us sleep. He
Nope.
doesn't sleep.
He sleeps
in
vertically.
6-8 hour. He sleeps whenever he decides he can grab a 30-minute. Like that's how he
Now,
operates.
I
So
will say,
if
though,
I were to
you've
trust
gotten-
anyone with naps, it would be this.
He's
guy.
gotten better though at normal sleep.
I'm working on it.
Yeah,
He's
he is.
working on it, and
Because
I'm
Andrew
proud
Walker
of him.
yelled at me.
That's right.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it used to be when I had baby and I'd be up in the middle of the night, I'd text Antonio. And granted, it's nice we have a 3-hour difference.
Sure.
But without fail, he was always.
Was there ever a time I
No,
wasn't awake?
he was
Never.
always ready to
Never.
talk.
Always
I
awake.
pride myself on that. I'm up.
He's up and ready to talk
Yeah, yeah.
NBA any hour of the night.
Any-
By the way,
anytime.
It's a weird thing to
falling-
be proud of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to ask you if you keep your phone on silent so that I
do.
could text you at weird times.
I
Yeah.
keep my phone
Because
on
that's what I
silent.
do. I send messages if I'm awake. I don't think time zones and I don't think
Yeah.
about people's lives and I don't really care. I just have a thought and I'm like, I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, and I really appreciate it. And by the way, Falling for Basketball, it's back, baby.
Back, baby.
We got some
Back,
off-season
baby.
episodes that are coming out leading
You guys
up
are
into
doing
the
that
new
Christmas
season.
morning crossover, right?
It's a Christmas morning
Crossover?
Falling for
Fantastic.
Basketball crossover. It's going to be nuts.
For Christmas Day
Yeah.
games, you're going to
Yeah,
preview.
that's
right?
exactly right. That's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I'm here to help. honk, honk.
Scotty comes on and he's predicting who's going to win the Christmas Day games, and he knows nothing
doesn't
about
know
basketball. That would actually be pretty fun. It's
love
pretty
That's
good
actually a
crossover.
good. Let's do that.
Pretty good crossover.
I'm down for that.
Okay, so you love naps.
I love nap. I'll nap anywhere, anytime. I don't even need a reason. Being tired doesn't factor into the reasons that I take a nap. If I'm bored, I'll nap. If I don't like my company,
This is where
and you
I'll
can
nap.
sleep anywhere.
if I look outside and it looks like it might rain, I'll nap.
this is where I leave you here. If you're not tired,
No.
you can still nap.
100%.
That's crazy.
That is, I just can't even imagine living in that universe.
What's amazing
It's
is,
beautiful.
is whenever we fly you in, you have the craziest flights.
And I want to be
pattern.
very clear. I give him an option
Yes.
every year, and every year's like,
year.
give me the overnight boy.
By the
Every year.
time he's been to gets to Greenville, he's up for 24 hours.
Yeah,
and we
easy.
always go, hey man, you want to take a nap? And he's like, no.
No, what are you guys
I'm
up
good.
to? What are
He
you guys doing?
turns down. He turns down.
I turn
naps
down the nap,
when it makes
yeah.
sense.
Because and you'll find this in my list. Scheduled naps aren't naps. That's just sleeping, and that's super soft. When you gotta get away with a nap.
Scheduled naps.
A nap.
are lame.
There's a criteria that makes it.
I will
a
say
nap.
now you're talking about language. Getting away with a nap.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's go.
This is the okay.
Yeah.
Look, here's
So
my.
I definitely do have some, and we're gonna go one by one here in just a minute. Starting
Yeah,
with number 10.
I got to give you the real criteria though.
Okay, but I do got some pretty good ones
Are
that
you
have
a
come
nap-
to mind.
nap boy?
I'm not a big napper, and 9 times out of 10, when I wake up from a nap, I feel worse than I did before the nap, and so I'm very hesitant to nap because of that. So maybe I'll learn something today.
It's because of the type of nap you're taking. Okay, this might be an educational podcast for you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
'Cause
go
there's
ahead.
a time
Just saying.
frame where if you nap too long,
Yeah.
that's a problem. Your body gets in REM sleep. So like,
But
See?
also maybe
that
it's the wear.
20-minute power is where it's at. I can.
Yeah.
When my kids were 2-3 years old, you tell me an episode of Daniel Tiger wasn't prime nap time.
Perfect.
Oh
It was
my
perfect.
gosh, that
It was
20
perfect.
minutes, I felt
Yeah.
like it was like a 5-hour energy
It's
drink.
the land of make
100%.
believe.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
right. Once you nap along.
And it has a
Maybe, but
soundtrack.
yeah.
It's a nap with a soundtrack.
The Tiger
It takes you
family has
somewhere.
tiger skin curtains.
Yeah, don't ask about it.
They're cannibals.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
They're
That's-
cannibals.
Yeah, I remember that. That's dark.
Postal worker's name's Mr. McFeely. We don't look. Look. This is not a great place to live.
No, he's
No,
fine.
and
I mean,
listen,
the-
people have always been trying to figure out what the thing about Mr. Rogers is that's no good. It's the curtains.
Curtains, and then Dad works at a clock factory. Like he may as well be Norman Bates. Like there is problems in
You
the
walk in
neighborhood.
and it's chime time. Are you kidding me
It's
right now?
chime time. It's
Chime time all the time. All the
Sorry,
time,
Go
chime
ahead. What are the
time.
criteria?
All right. Okay. So just because you said you don't like naps, I was listening to the John Bernthal thing, and he says he doesn't like naps either. And I realize I don't like that guy because you got to be able to take
Do
a
you
nap
like
at some
me,
point.
though?
Listen, I love him, but if he's gonna come after naps,
Yeah.
what kind of world are we living in?
I get the feeling that super health nuts all are coming after naps. Am I wrong
Yeah,
on that?
see, and they're
Because they're like, if you get you
don't
the
believe
sleep
it.
you need. I will say
I
this.
think super health nuts nap.
I'm 41 years old now, Antonio. I went to my annual physical, and one of the first questions my doctor asked me was, "Are you sleeping 7 or 8 hours a night?" Like that's
Yeah.
right after you smoking cigarettes. Like it is up there. So maybe
Yeah,
there's something
it's
to
important.
it. I don't know.
There's something to it. But he's not saying 7-8 hours in a row though. That's the key here. Okay, look, this isn't this. I'm not giving you a list of like good naps or good times that I nap. It's a definitive list, right?
Got it.
Stolen naps that you can look for, ranked by the comfort geography,
Oh man.
the time of day, the environment you're in, the risk factor, the probability of restfulness, brazenness, with notes for style points, and the get away with it factor.
Man,
because the world doesn't want you to nap.
The world doesn't want you to nap.
world's
They don't
against
want you to nap.
That's true.
The world's
and I
against you.
blame streaming television. But here's the other thing. Here's the other thing I'll tell you. This list, when I heard about it, kind of disappointed. You talked to me about it just now. You talking about getting away with a nap. I'm all in. I'm all
saying.
in on this.
Yeah.
Very excited about this.
All right.
I think you'll be okay with this. I think you'll be okay. And some of these I admit are parent specific, and I've been told that they might be dad specific.
Okay.
All I can say is naps are beautiful, and if you're not getting them, live vicariously through my nap hunting.
You wanna grab a quick break and then we'll dive into the list?
Wow, I love
And then
it.
do
Let's
five
do
and
that. That
five?
sounds like a great idea. That's really, really fun. We'll be right back here on the
It's
Diss
a
List.
Diss List.
Welcome back to Diss List with Brandon Dan
And Cowboy Antonio.
Yeah.
This is what this show needed. Live band.
This is great.
How did it take us this long to think of live band? Thanks, Lair.
Thanks, Larry. Love bud. Love you is what I'm trying to say. Instead
He
of love
lives
bud.
to slap the
Love,
bass, man.
love bug.
Love bud. All right, we got top 10 naps on the board. we got top 10 naps on the board.
Okay.
And we're gonna start with number 10. Take it away.
You guys start with number 10 too. I didn't know if that was just a Canadian thing. Yeah, let's start at number 10.
No, that's just a human being thing.
So my least favorite type of nap, or not least favorite, but it's number 10
Number
for a
on the
reason.
list. Yeah.
It's the drop and bop nap. It's the nap that you don't exactly see coming because you're doing something else. You're watching TV or you're on your phone and you haven't quite admitted to yourself, you're reading, you haven't admitted to yourself that you're about to slip into nap, and then perhaps your partner says you're sleeping and you have that quick moment where you're in it and you're like, I'm doing this thing. That's the drop and bop nap.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily the most satisfying. There's no T in satisfying. Satisfying. There's only one T. It's not the most satisfying of naps, but it is a nap that
The drop
sort
and
of
bop.
comes upon you. It's a drop and bop. Everyone's done
You
it.
have that
And-
button ready?
Oh yeah, sure. You do? Yeah. Go ahead.
Funny thing, Brand, I actually.
You can't say that. You can't say it. Can't say it. Guys, we got a new board. We're having a good time. We got a new
Here's the question: do you drop and bop forward or backwards?
Oh,
Do
you
you-
always
are
drop
you-
and bop back. You,
Yeah.
you drop and bop back.
No,
I've
can
been
I
there.
ask you
Go
this?
ahead.
So
Pro
can-
level is forward.
What does that even
Pro
mean?
level. What are you bopping on? The
Like
table
that?
in front of you?
No, you're this way.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, the
Okay.
head.
I know
Yeah,
what
I
you're
got you.
Now,
Yeah.
how did so?
My neck hurts when I do that.
So,
Me too.
Daniel,
Both of them hurt.
Daniel Tiger.
yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that a drop and bop?
21 minutes.
It
of
depends
perfection.
on your approach, but I would say that it's not one of the drop and bops.
Okay.
Because you see that this. I think that's going to fit into number 7.
Okay, I'm
Drop
really-
and
it's a
bop
subset of
is
number 7.
Pure impromptu. It's
Pure
like,
impromptu.
I'm
You're not even
sitting
sure that it's about to
down,
happen.
Let me bop back real quick, and then
Okay.
you're like, oh, you're sleeping.
So I
Yeah.
would say the only time that this happens to me is when I'm late, like when it's nighttime, and I'm doing my New York Times connections, and I'm so tired, and the phone drops on my head, and then I realize it's time to go full slumber. I've never. I don't know if I'm a drop and bop. I don't know if that's a thing I can do.
You've never done it like
I don't
what?
think I'm-
You think
No,
you're
no,
watching
you're
a
about
show?
to go to sleep. I think
Yes.
what you're describing is just being old.
yeah.
The drop. I know exactly what Antonio's
I've
talking
got
about.
my crossword puzzle.
And it is. You got your crossword.
You're knitting in
you
the
got
corner.
Your little glasses
I'm
on.
tired.
Oh, I need to go to bed.
Is it 8 already?
What Antonio is describing is the worst nap. Is because you
Yes.
don't. It's an unintended nap. You're not
Yes.
even getting away with it, and your body wakes you up. Sometimes
Exactly.
if I
With the
bop
bop.
forward, my body wakes me up, and it's the worst
Yes.
feeling. It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
And your neck.
That's what I'm getting
if
at.
you're forward for too long, your neck hurts.
This is. I don't
Or
know.
if you drop too far back and you get that whiplash, and the whole day you're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
ah.
But the thing is
you got to
I
go
don't
on
know.
concussion protocol.
I don't know if this would be on my list because I hate it. But also,
That's
don't,
fair.
but I don't
But
know
it's a
what
reality.
I'm going to replace it with.
It's
Okay.
tough because he has figured out a way to bring 10 naps, and I don't know if
This
there's
is
a
How am I
other
going to
than that.
replace the drop and bop? What am I going to
Okay.
replace with? The lie and style?
Hopefully
I
you'll
lie
know
down,
why
I
it's
got a
number
sty
10,
in my eye. Oh,
because
no. Here we go.
That still has the potential to be a gateway nap, but yes, it's not a good nap. I'm not saying that it's one of my
It's
favorites.
not even the marijuana of naps.
No, it's
It's
not.
potential
All right.
being a gateway.
We got number 9 here.
we got it.
The
Number 9,
road
here we
trip
go.
nap.
Okay.
Oh,
Now,
Now,
Well,
this is
no.
a nap I've never been able to do.
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, because you're always driving?
No, just because I can't do it.
What are you talking about? You need to plan your life better. Listen, the road trip nap is really specific, okay? If you're calling shotgun on a road trip, you're missing the point of being in the car where you've agreed to a 2 to 6 hour drive. And there's all those snacks and everything. You're going
My
to get all the
man's down
yummies
for
in your
a-
mouth and on your fingers.
My man's down for a nap on a 2-hour drive, Brandon.
You
Yeah.
get in the car with your boys for 2 hours?
2 hours?
100%. Well, yeah, you never have. You never drove like.
Are you trying to sneak this one away, or you said
You
you,
never-
got to
well,
sneak it?
Well, the sneaky part. The sneaky part is that
Convincing
it only
your
really
wife to
counts
drive.
if you can execute a road trip nap before conversation's been exhausted. So the other people are still wanting to talk, and they're like, "Oh, he's out," and you're like, "I win."
I got him.
And you're gonna owe something
This is
later
great.
on the road trip. It's a long road trip.
This is so
But
great.
in
Well,
that
you
moment,
said max
man,
6
you won
hours.
so big because you're gonna get to the other side rested, and they're gonna be all they're out of conversation. They've eaten all the snacks. They're not feeling good, and you're ready to go on the lake.
Antonio is trying to fall asleep while you're talking to him. Antonio, I love your thoughts. You know, like we are,
This is-
it's
just
something
saying.
like, do you remember last time when we did this? Like, what do you think? Like, where's your happy? Oh, Antonio's asleep. He's not even listening to me anymore. He's gone.
Apparently, the key
Man.
to this one is to just be a bad friend.
Well,
That's the
listen,
key to this nap.
it's about priorities.
Okay.
That's
So,
all it is.
my-
It's priorities.
my
Because
two-
you'll always be forgiven for a nap.
Always. I don't think that's true. You nap during somebody's wedding, you're going to be forgiving.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hold
Let's
on,
go.
hold, please.
We got
Somebody there
we
will
got
forgive
eight
you.
more.
It might not be the
11
bride
to
and
10.
groom.
Yeah. There's a lot of bad scenarios to nap. I got to disagree with you there. Here's my thing, Antonio. Number one, I'm 6'5", back seats. I don't do the back seat of a car.
Yeah.
I don't like you guys. There's gonna have to be very extenuating circumstances. I'm gonna be with like 3, 6, 7 people to even consider it. Second of all, I can't nap in the car because I have actual PTSD, and I probably need to see a therapist
Yeah, why
about
do you
it.
have PTSD?
I was in a pretty massive car
my
accident
gosh, this
that
guy with
changed
his
the life,
car
my
accident.
life, and the life of all others involved. So thanks very much.
It's nonstop.
Thanks for making fun of me.
Well,
Maybe
you
this
bring
is why I need to see a therapist.
You
It's because
brought
of
it
the
up.
work environment around. So I can't do it. This one has to
Okay.
be out for me. I can't sleep in a car. I can't do it. It doesn't matter. I can't sleep in one. And I always have to drive. Ask everyone here, much to their chagrin, I have to drive.
I don't believe you do this. I don't believe that you do this.
He's such
if
a
you
nice
are in the
person.
back seat of a car
This is so great. I'm
With-
stealing it
I've
out
done
real
this.
quick.
with your
Not only do I do this, I've done this.
when was the last time you did this?
Not that recently, I guess, because most of the time I'm just in the car with my family.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
what was the most
That's going to show up
recent-
in number 3.
What was the most recent?
Man,
Getting
the
at-
tease, the
What-
tease we
Vehicles
got here.
vehicles show up twice in 2 different scenarios
What
because
is
there's
the
2 different
most-
types of car naps.
Okay.
What's the most recent time that you went in the back seat and slept?
The most recent time I was in the back seat that I slept probably would have been a set vehicle, quite frankly.
Okay.
Driving back from set late at night.
Well,
Which
so that's
is-
a good one. You got to
Yeah.
drive.
it's okay for him. It's okay for him. That's one of the times actually that I feel bad about napping because the person driving didn't choose to drive. It's their job, and I feel like I need to be awake to like entertain them. But if like we're agreeing to go somewhere, we used to take drives up to like when I was in Ontario, Collingwood or Muskoka or whatever like the cottage country is. That was my MO. That's why I got in the car.
Okay.
Dude, we're just
I didn't care about the lake. Yo,
we're new
I
to
don't
this. This guy's in
swim.
the big leagues. We're so new to this.
Well, yeah,
We're
I
in
know.
this
Listen,
player.
I didn't know
guys
we
are-
brought in a professional napper. And
I don't know.
have you taken a nap when I'm around and I not know it?
No.
But I bet you've gone up
Not-
to your you've gone.
There's
up
been
to
a
the
number of
hotel
times where I've
room.
snuck up to my room to
Yeah.
nap. When I was allowed to, I guess.
Bet-
But
tell me-
I'm good at setting like nap alarms if I have things to do because I don't want people to know that I'm napping.
that's
Well,
part of the fun of sneaking a nap.
That's part of it.
This is like
I am
You can
honestly.
Hey, when
Replace
Neil was
nap.
there, remember Neil took a nap?
Yeah.
And he missed everything.
We
he missed
remember.
and you know
We-
what? Everybody knows it,
Neil.
and they'll hold it against him
that
forever.
wasn't a nap.
Neil,
You know
we
who-
remember.
Neil, you just went to bed early, bro, and that's
Neil?
fine.
But he
Neil.
came back after. He came back and
He
we went
did, you're
out for
right.
drinks.
He had 2 nights of that's right. That makes it
Yeah.
worse, Antonio. What you said makes it worse. We can bleep it out. I don't know if that's how that works. You could replace nap with all of these and put in.
Sorry, I was
Not
late. I was
that.
late
You-
to the button.
You couldn't put in
I was
that.
late to the
Don't-
button.
don't put
Can't
that
nap
in.
while doing that. You could put in dealing drugs. I think is what you could put in here, or
For sure.
doing drugs,
Absolutely.
like a quick hop and bop on the drugs. You could easily try to steal some drugs in the back of a car while nobody notices while in the middle of a conversation. Also, Beth Ann in the comments, Dan drives like a maniac. I bet you couldn't fall asleep while he's driving. How do you know? How do you know this?
I know.
Oh, hello.
She's a,
Go ahead, Aaron.
I have been in the car with Dan
Wait.
when multiple people have taken naps. So
Yeah.
boom.
Thank you. First
yeah,
of all,
I
second
was
of
a
all,
human pillow, both his children.
That's right.
Like 10
I was
minutes,
really
Yeah, that's it.
concerned
10
about
minutes
where
into
this
the
was going.
nap,
No,
asleep.
Aaron went
We
to
were
the,
about to have a
the
conversation with
aquarium aquarium with my
You can't.
family. Both my kids fell right asleep, no problem.
Yeah.
and I was driving.
The
And I-
crazier the drive, the better the
That's
sleep.
right.
yeah.
Those dreams are going to be amazing.
Yeah. My wife falls asleep. We went on a 9-hour road trip. She fell asleep immediately. Like,
See,
yeah.
she knows. Get
Yeah.
her on the pod. What are we
That's right.
doing? That she knows. She
Beth
planned
Ann
that.
Did ride to sushi with us. That's right. My bad. I stand corrected.
Yeah,
You're
but
right. I'm
driving to
wrong.
all you can eat sushi is a
That's
different game.
different.
also, I
That's
stand-
different. We're
I don't-
racing to somewhere. That's different than driving to somewhere.
I'm always trying to be
Yeah,
at the
that's-
clock
that's
when
not a
I'm
road
driving.
trip.
Always, but I'm not driving like a maniac.
Yeah.
Maniac?
Yeah.
No.
It was all you could eat sushi.
Yeah. What are we supposed to do?
Okay. So that gets us to number 9.
8.
We're gonna do
That's how
number
we do
8.
it.
Here we
8.
go.
Here we go.
So I'm referring to this as the sunglasses
Oh, is
or
that
low
you?
hat nap.
The sunglasses or low
Now,
hat nap.
grab your hat. This is. I would
Everybody
like for
grab your
you to.
hats.
Everybody, grab your hats.
Grab your backpack. Let's go.
Okay, so show how you would do this in a when you're on the set for Real West.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Your
good. I
eyes
can't
just have
tell.
to be obscured enough
Yeah.
that somebody would have to dip under to see.
Yeah.
And because they can't see, they're going to talk to you. And if they don't get a response, they're going to feel awkward for a second and they're going to shift.
Yeah,
And you get left alone. And even if you're not asleep yet, just don't answer them.
This-
Because you
this-
know that the awkwardness is on their side, not your side. And then you're good. And then if they persist, if they say it like 2-3 times, you just you go, sorry, what are you asking? Like you're not interested. What are you asking? And then you say like it's 7.
Yeah.
And you go back and you're good.
Now, did
They
you
won't-
do this on the
Dude,
on the
how
set
are you
of Real
not
West?
getting more roles? Hire this guy.
I have no idea.
Hire
They
this
don't know
guy.
about my game.
Man.
My game's immaculate.
Did you
Yeah,
on the
forget
set?
about the Christmas and Evergreens situation. Just forget about that and
this is where I
hire
need
this
to be.
guy.
I didn't do this on Real West for
It
a
would have been the
million
perfect
reasons,
time to
but-
do
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I wasn't there as long as I was meant to be. We'll talk about that later.
But Lucas,
but you know
Lucas
what? Okay, so
Bryant
here's the
definitely
thing.
did it on set, right? He was always
Lucas
in the-
Bryant for sure did it on set. I think he did it in some of his scenes. For sure he did. For sure, that guy's a G. Absolutely,
Yeah.
he knows the game.
He knows it.
Okay, so I think the other side of this that people would really relate to is in school. I don't know if any of you did this. Some of us were good students, and some of us were other types of students. And I used to put my book on my lap and put my head on my desk, and I would read, and I would sleep my way through English class, and I would nap.
People thought you
And
were
then-
reading with your head
No one-
slammed on the
no
book.
one-
All the time, I would have a book underneath. You can't.
No, it would be like
Oh, book underneath. I got
Aaron
you, I got
knows.
you, I got you.
Aaron for
File-
sure.
guys, philo.tv/DTH.
Man, she said, Antonio just said Aaron for sure knows. Aaron gets it.
Philo.
I get it.
For sure.
Philo.tv/DTH. You're getting a full show today. by
It
the way.
should come as
Okay.
no surprise
I mean-
to you that if I ever did this in school, I never tried to hide the nap. I brazenly took a nap in the middle of class because I
Yeah.
was tired and decided it was time
Well,
to take
you're
a
a white
nap.
man.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, fair.
I had a teacher. It is what it is, man. It's been a white privilege. I don't know what to tell you.
Listen, we
like,
can do our best. We can do our best.
I'm trying. Look,
We
I'm
still
trying to
have it.
raise
What are you gonna do?
everyone
We
else.
still have it.
I'm trying to
You
lift
gotta- you
everyone
gotta live in the
up
skin you're
to
in,
this
guys, right?
Privilege. That's what I'm trying to do.
And
right?
sneak a nap
If
in when
I'm
you
play-
can.
If I'm playing basketball on a 2-foot goal, I'm trying to lower that goal for everybody. I'm not trying to raise it for me. I'm trying to lower that goal for everybody. I'm just saying. I just would be like, I'm telling you, it's nap time, baby. I'm taking a
Yeah,
nap.
brazen in school naps were okay, but they were. It was more likely that you would get interrupted if they saw overtly that you were napping.
Yeah.
They would be like, "Mr. Thompson,
right.
are you napping?"
Yeah.
And then you'd have to open and be like, "Yeah, miss, I'm tired." But for me, I'd have my head on the desk, and it would be Antonio, and
he's
I would
so
go
into his
without
book.
raising
And
my
you
head.
would just
I go,
stay in it 'cause you're
Miss,
an actor."
I'm reading.
Wow.
And then I'm good. What are they gonna do? The book is under there. You wanna come under the desk and look at the book? You
But-
creepy teacher.
Miss, I'm reading.
But also, like, in what world is it if I'm lecturing as a teacher, I'm cool with you reading? I'm not. Like, if it was my class and I was like, Antonio, and you were like,
You could take notes.
Mr. Thompson, I'm reading. I'm like, stop it. If
Yeah.
I literally would be like, stop it. I would be like,
I would,
no
yeah,
one
I
told
would,
you to
I would
read.
hear you. I would be like, yo, don't tell me how to learn. I don't tell you how to teach. Don't
Yeah,
tell me how to
sure.
learn.
Oh no, I
This is
would
hurtful.
100% say there's things you can't do. Although in my younger days, I 100% threw markers at kids that were napping, and
Yeah.
that was not okay.
Well, they definitely deserved it.
Yeah, I
never
they
did
definitely
that.
deserved it.
I never did that.
The other thing I did
But
was
the
if I
idea
caught
that
you-
someone can't see your eyes
Yeah.
means that you can get the risk factor is high, but
like
the get
this.
away with it is high.
I like this. I like the hat thing. I think that's
Yeah.
a good one.
Now,
it doesn't
can I
need to
ask
be.
you-
I'll wear like a baseball hat. You can just throw that down like
Totally.
that. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Knowing what you know now, would you have worn a cowboy hat to school?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Knowing what I've known now,
40 gallon.
cowboy hats are amazing.
80 gallon.
Yeah, nobody. I wasn't let into the cowboy hat club until just this year.
Real well.
And although I understand why I wasn't let in, I don't think it's okay. So it's 2024. I'm going to wear cowboy hats now.
That's right. That's exactly right. All right. Number
Moving on. 7. Here we
This
go.
one is very specific because it's parent specific. Okay.
Okay. Here we
So,
go. Here we go.
If you're not a parent, I understand this might not resonate, but co-napping in nap jail with the kids. Now, nap jail is a term. Do you guys know nap jail? Do you refer to it as nap jail?
I don't know what you're
Nap
talking
jail. When the babies are really little and they fall asleep on you.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you're
okay.
you're
Got
you're
it.
full of anxiety. You're like, I can't move them. They're gonna
Yeah,
wake up.
that's right.
So I've got to go lie down with them. And in the beginning, you're like, oh, it's so cute. They're so snuggly.
No.
And then
Yeah.
they start sweating,
Yeah,
and your
it's like a
anxiety kicks in,
space
and you think
heater.
of all the things that you want to be doing,
Yeah.
and you're just like, I'm now trapped in this room with
right.
this child
got
that
it.
has to sleep for an indeterminate amount of time. But I can't get away from it. But also, I don't want to be here. And then there comes a day where the corner turns and you figure out without waking them up how to roll them off you onto the bed. But there's a period of time that nobody knows what you're doing. They think that you're still stuck under the kid. So you're like, I'm in nap jail. I can't do it. And so you get away with a nap. You're not under the kid. Your anxiety's not triggered. You just get to sleep.
Dude, that was like if my kids, I have a similar, like not nap jail, but like early on, my kids, if they would have real big feels, we try to like, sometimes with each other, you get one and you take them to the room and you just like hang out, snuggle with them a little bit. I have laid down on their bed and then they have calmed down and I have clocked
That's
out.
what I'm talking
I
about.
have
That's
just,
what I'm
like,
talking about. That is the
it.
nap jail nap.
That is it. This
It's
needs to
gold.
be way higher on this list. 7 does not do this justice.
I think some of the ones that I have coming up are good ones, but you're
Okay.
right. That's you know the only reason I put it at 7 is because I worried that it wasn't entirely universally relatable.
Oh,
That's
man.
the only reason.
I feel
I was
this
being
so
generous.
much.
No, this is good.
I've not been there in a while because my kids are older now. But
Yeah.
man, when my kids were your kids' age,
Yeah.
on the regular, this was the
Nap
dream.
jail, baby. It was
Yeah, this is
and you
it.
and you'd have to and you're sometimes I don't know if this happened to you. This happened to me. And my wife's probably gonna listen to this. We talked about it. She'd text and be like, "What's happening?" And I would just say, "Nap jail. I'm so sorry." And it was rough. And then you know what she started doing? The same thing.
But here's the thing,
The
and
quid pro quo was okay.
let's get real. We can bleep this out if necessary. I understand that's how that works. If
Got it.
sorry for the coarse language. If the Raptors are in Game 7 of the playoffs,
Yeah.
and you got stuck in that, and for some reason it's a Sunday day game.
Yep.
You get stuck in nap
it's
jail
been
in the
been there.
bedroom,
I was just there.
and
Magic Game
and
7.
you can't get
midday.
to a screen because you're in nap jail. You're moving your kids, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
100%.
So
Or
the nap
I'm
jail
like
really is just about priorities.
Exactly. I have my phone can get all the games. Like I have everything loaded in my phone. So oftentimes I would make sure that I'm in nap jail at a time there's a game though. And so I have my earbuds in and I would have the screen facing away from the kid. The room's bright as
Yeah.
all get out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm watching the game, but they're napping. Yeah, it was great.
But I'm just saying,
Nap-
if you
nap jail.
really needed to do something, you could do it.
I would take them anywhere.
Yeah. Like there's been my kid would sleep. He was like a space heater. Once he got to sleep, he just wasn't going to wake up.
Same.
And if it was to my benefit, I would just stay there. And be like, there's nothing I can do. If it wasn't, I would be like, I got this.
I can do
Just
this. Yeah.
roll him right
I'll
over.
move
It's
him.
good to
Put
go.
him in a hammock
Yeah.
outside. I don't care.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with being stuck. I
love this one.
It's about the moment that corner turns where you see that you can use it to your advantage.
Too low. It's too low on the list in my opinion, but I love it.
Okay.
I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm
You
happy
ready
to hear
for-
that.
Ready for the next boy,
All
number
right,
6?
number 6.
Here
This
we
is
go.
big. This is a big one. Last one before break.
Okay, this is similar to what Bran was talking
Dead
about
office
earlier.
guy.
This is napping
That guy's dead.
as a pre-game gamble.
As a pre-game gamble.
Yeah, so it's your pre-game gamble nap. So for us people over a certain age, you know you got to go out tonight,
Yeah.
and you're not necessarily getting turned up, but you're like, I need a little bit of energy.
Yeah. No, I
And so
know
you're
what
going to
talking
put your
about.
head down. But what you don't know is that the it's like a 15% chance that you're going to be rested as a result of it.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
you might go into the sweats, you'll
You-
sweat through your suit, and you do it after you're ready.
What I've learned about myself is if I do this, I do not go to the event. I don't.
All I'm saying is that we think
That's right.
or we want to tell
Yeah.
somebody that there's
Yeah.
a chance that if we get a nap we'll be better. And
Yeah.
and categorically we're worse, but also we got a nap out of it.
You got a nap out of it. Yeah, I don't
all
know
I'm
if this
saying.
is as high a ranking for me. I get it.
Okay,
But
okay.
I will say the gamble of it is 10 of 10.
That's
because you're
my world.
you're deciding what kind of day you want to have.
Uh-huh.
Like beforehand, without the nap, it's like, hey, maybe I'll just go home early. Or
Yeah.
maybe whatever energy drink you've combined with alcohol hits correctly, and you're like, man, I'm feeling good. You don't know what kind of day it's going to be when you're 41. You don't know.
You have no idea.
When you take a nap first, you've decided I'd rather be well rested but in a bad mood.
Possibly, yeah.
I'd rather be well rested in a bad mood, and there's a definitive time I'm going home, and it's through the whole event, but no longer. And I don't know about that.
Another piece of it is the pregame gamble nap only happens after 6 p.m. It's not really happening that much earlier. Or like 6 p.m. is kind of the window.
Listen, if there was a way that I could have done this at Bramble Fest and gone out with you Saturday night, I would have loved
You
to
would have done it.
That
Yeah, you
would
would
have
have
been the
tried it.
perfect time. But
right.
I couldn't.
Every
and I had
year
to
when they-
drive by my house, and I saw my house, and I thought about my bed, and I said, I want to go to sleep.
I knew
but I
I
would
had to
have
get
loved
up.
to have gone out with
I knew I had to get up at 4 a.m. Both years. The previous year, when I got you and Neil into that speakeasy after he took his nap, Gamble worked out for
he
him.
got it. He
Worked
got
out for him. He
When
knows.
you guys talk about
He went
this,
all in.
every year I'm like, I don't have I can do this, and then I'm in my head I'm like, no, I can't. I just can't.
can't do
like,
it.
This is the next year's deal.
we're gonna plan. How are we gonna plan? I don't know. We got to work all day. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can
but
do.
we can also just be like Antonio. Antonio didn't pregame.
I just go hard.
He just
I
goes
just go
hard.
hard.
without like illegal drugs. I just don't see how I'm gonna do it.
But you do have the advantage of knowing that on Sunday post Bramble Fest,
Yeah, I'm on a plane.
you're flying home and you can catch up.
Exactly.
there. We
Yeah,
wake
yeah,
up. Kids are like, we're so excited to see you. You're back.
Or I'm
Yeah.
flying to see kids or driving to see kids, which is what I did.
Yeah, both of those are that's
Yeah.
exactly that's how I'm able to power through Bramble Fest with a grand total of I think 9 hours sleep.
I think it's good. I think that's a good one. I got a lot that I'm gonna have to think through here.
This is the leader in the clubhouse right here.
Let's
The-
do this.
the-
Let's
the
take a quick
sleep jail.
break.
I
We're
love
gonna
it.
come back. We're gonna
Hit it, Lair.
here on the disc list.
This Lair. Brandon Day.
It's the dance list with Brandon Down. It's the dance list with Brandon Down, and we're back.
Oh boy.
Where'd he go? Where did Antonio go?
Antonio is sneaking
Hey,
up
guys.
on us.
He's
Howdy,
snuck in a
partner.
nap.
Hey guys,
He's not gonna nap.
I was just trying my hat on.
Yeah,
That's all.
you were. That's all you were doing. It definitely wasn't.
That's it. Just
I think
trying my hat
Antonio
on.
thought the break was longer than it was.
Yeah.
That was just him.
You don't need much time for a nap.
Yeah. I'm proud
I feel
of you.
great. I feel refreshed.
No,
Okay.
just for Bramble Fest, not for that.
So here we go. We have. Give us your 10 through 6
You
real
couldn't
quick.
do this right now for all the money in the
For all
world.
the-
You could not
Okay,
be
hold
like,
on, hold on.
It's laptop
bop and
rest.
drop. I got it. Bop and drop at 10. Sneaky backseat road trip.
All right,
at
Not
9.
necessarily
Sounds like
backseat.
something
Not
we should
necessarily
have bleeped
backseat.
Sorry, my bad. That's my bad. Hold on. My bad. That's my bad. That's my bad.
Road trip nap.
Road trip nap. Hat
Oh,
nap.
This gives me
Yep.
so many opportunities
Hat
to say
nap.
things I normally don't get to say in this podcast. It's great.
Hat nap.
Hat nap.
What did you call it?
Nap jail.
The nap jail.
Nap jail.
And then dead office
Pre-game
worker.
nap.
DOA.
Yeah, dead office
Yeah.
worker.
That
The
guy looks
pregame
like
nap.
Fear and Loathing nap.
It does look like a fear. That's right. All right, number 5. Let's do this. This episode's
Number
already
5.
going to be 1,000 years long.
Public transportation nap.
Oh my God.
Now, this is
Otherwise known as the
I
Aaron
put this
Shea
as high as it
airplane
is specifically because of the risk factor, okay? So it's
Yeah.
included because of the sheer danger of the nap makes it feel like you got away with something if you get away with it. Public transportation naps are not for novice nappers. This is level difficult, okay? If you are not a person who can nap in your home, do not try public transit. But if you can get away with public transit, you are at the top of the nap game.
This is big risk. Because if in this case, this is like a subway of sorts. If you're
Oh, yeah.
and you gotta hit a stop.
Yeah.
If you miss the stop, and I listen, whenever I'm in New York, there is somebody who's definitely missed their stop.
Oh yeah, but
And
there's
it's like,
also
well,
those
I'm
of us.
just gonna let them sleep, and they'll figure it out from there.
We're hardwired to just bum. In Toronto, it's bum bum bum, and you. Yeah, I'm good.
That's Toronto. Here we go.
Yeah, that's it. That's the sound. Is
So-
it every transit system has like a chime, right?
I don't think I could fall asleep on the train. I've fallen asleep on an airplane before, but my
Airplane. That's
but
rookie.
my leg has been out in the aisle, you know.
Right.
yeah.
And I've had the beverage cart hit it and really make me not happy before.
Like really
And
hit it.
to
They
be
did
fair,
it on
that
purpose.
beverage cart isn't. You get
That's
it.
what happened.
Oh, dude, you that was the half of it. I don't even want to tell you the rest of it. I could if you give me one more. You believe that?
I do.
That's intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty bad.
She asked
Yeah.
you 3 times first, though.
That's right. She did.
I know. She said,
That's
"Sir,
right.
sir,
What happens in the
sir."
air stays in the air.
Public transportation naps are like trains and buses are
Yeah.
high level.
Oh, there's no way.
Airplanes, you have your own seat.
Sleep on a bus. Just shoot me now. I can't
Absolutely.
even try.
Done it so many times.
That's
Love it.
crazy.
So
That's
dangerous.
amazing.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, I don't. I
You
don't.
wake up and you're just like raging with adrenaline. It's so exciting.
I love the idea of this, but I just don't know when am I ever going to try this? I don't know.
What are you doing later? What are you doing later? You guys have buses out there?
we do?
God, no. It's South
We have
Carolina.
buses. We've got buses.
We technically do have a mass transit system in Greenville, but it is
Yeah.
not one you would use.
Greenville's public.
I think
for
we could
everything Greenville does
crowdfund.
well.
I think we could crowdfund the DDers to cover your bus fare if you'll try this.
I don't know if it's worth it. In all honesty, like the lack of efficiency of anywhere in Greenville I can go, I can get there almost faster walking than on the bus because of the number of stops and how it's wired. That's one.
Right.
That's the big one for me. But they do
That's
so
hard.
like we're expanding the Swamp Rabbit Trail. The buses are all electric. Like we're doing some good
Langley
things.
doesn't have a bad idea. We could try it
Electric.
on the
Yes.
trolley.
All of the buses in
Oh, on the
Greenville.
trolley.
We could
are
try it on the
electric.
trolley. We have a
f-
trolley.
We have a free trolley that just goes up and
Goes
down
up and
Main Street for free.
Well, that's adorable, first of all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Won't
second
be
of all,
my
you should
neighbor?
for sure
Yeah,
try
Greenville.
that.
Yeah.
We have a,
That's
we
not a
have
bad
a
idea.
trolley.
We don't have to deal with the cannibal tigers or the weird mailman or the chime time. We just get the trolley.
We get the trolley, and it's
That's
no big
right.
deal. That's another Daniel
like it.
Tiger reference, everybody. Just relax. It was the Daniel Tiger reference.
That's the
Not
next stop on
Greenville.
the list.
Not a Spartanburg reference.
No, Spartan Burgers. All right. Number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4 is a layup. This is mesh
Dog
hammock near water with a breeze between 1 and 3 p.m. It's sunny, but it's not too hot, and permission's been granted, so you know that it's safe to snooze.
So
Now,
go ahead.
why is it not number 1?
Ooh, I was going to ask you. Go ahead, Andy.
Oh.
You take it. Why is
No,
it
no,
number
no.
one?
You go.
I was going to ask why is this risky at all, but I think my answer to that question is it's risky because when I know I have a window to nap in, I'm not great at napping.
It's stressful.
Yeah, it's stressful.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Permission's been granted, so there's no payoff here. Now, in terms of comfort
Nap
geography,
consent is
number
an important
1.
thing.
It's important.
We don't talk enough about it.
Environment, number 1. These are beautiful things. The temperature's right, everything's great, but like everyone's okay with it.
Yeah.
Can I ask you this? What's your ideal nap temp?
Temperature?
Yeah.
Temperature? Yep. Yes.
I
sir.
go
not
hot.
temper.
I go hot.
Really?
I go
You guys
hot.
have lost
Yeah.
your
You know
minds.
why? Here's the thing. Sleeping is good cold because over the course of the night you are going to warm yourself up and bundle, but with a nap you got to be able to get in and get out.
Yeah.
So the heat helps you just like boom, shut it down.
Antonio Cayonne
And then you start to
saying
stifle and
naps
you're like I'm
they're-
up.
like they're heists. He's like the
Yes.
Ocean 11 of naps over here.
This is what I'm getting at.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
No, I
It-
mean
it-
it makes sense. Maybe I've been.
Yeah.
Maybe the problem is I've been napping too cold.
The thing
Yeah.
that
Maybe I
no,
need to.
there's no
maybe,
such thing.
Oh,
As
no,
long as you have a blanket.
But no, if you nap too cold, it turns into sleep.
It does
and
turn
then
into
it's a
sleep.
short
Ooh,
sleep.
Okay. I see what
But
you're
if
It
you
saying.
triggers
nap
a whole
hot,
different thing,
a whole
different
different thing.
associations.
Yeah.
Your body's
you want,
only
you want hot.
Your body's only
And then
capable of
you
going
wake up
so
like
far.
parched.
Yeah.
It forces you up. You're like, I need water, but you're awake.
What's going on with you, buddy?
Naps. Well,
But
I don't
also-
sleep and I don't drink water.
But yeah, that'll get you. That's another question for the doctor. Here's my thing here is I do think that this is great. I think the big thing for me is the risk factor of not knowing you have a window is that where
Yep.
I'm like, it's like napping at the marathon. Like we all get a window, and part of that is I know I need to sleep. We're up for whatever 40 straight hours, and we each get like a 4 to 6 hour window to sleep. And when I go to sleep, I'm exhausted, but I also my brain's cooking because I've just been
Yeah.
going, and it's like I know I have to be up in 4 to 6 hours, and I don't really.
Yeah, people
sleep
are
that well.
expecting you.
Yeah, that is tough.
That's the difference
I
with a
don't
nap.
love this nap. I don't love this
A nap, you're taking it from them. Sleep,
Yeah.
they're giving it to you. It's
That's
not
right.
as easy when they're giving it away.
But is the key to
Doesn't feel
number
right.
is the key to number 4 in your on your list it being an outdoor nap on a hammock?
scheduled.
yeah, it's comfort. It's comfort and environment,
Okay.
right? Like
So it's not so
like
much
it-
that it's less to do with the scheduleness of it and more
Yeah.
to do with the wear.
Yeah, the schedule's
you're
kind of
outdoors.
neither here nor there.
You're
but
outdoors.
when you get that granted, it's not going to be early and it's not going to be late. It's a midday permission.
All right, it's midday permission.
I love it. Let's get to
It's
3.
It's afternoon delight.
Okay.
Okay, so we're coming back to a vehicle. Now, this is a different one. This is passenger in a moving vehicle, short trip. not long trip,
Oh,
short trip.
boy.
And this is a biggie. And I had to consult two pros. One was my wife, who is not a pro at doing it, but she deals with me doing it a lot. And one is my brother-in-law, who is also able to get in and out of a nap in a record time.
So can I just really,
So
really
you're not even the
quickly-
pro in your family at naps.
No, I'm the pro. I had to consult her to see if I was right about how good I am at it.
So really quickly, in the 16 hours that you've had to put this list together, you consulted people?
Man,
Yeah, absolutely. Are
Great.
you kidding?
this guy,
What was
I
it?
will say this. He said, like, give me some time. I'm going to put some time into this. And he was not wrong.
boom,
He-
boom.
Yeah, come on.
I got this turned around. What are you
Bingo
talking
bongo.
about?
It's easy.
Yeah. I
So
reached out to
what's-
4 different people. It was great.
What's the key to this nap?
Okay. And my wife
This
insisted
is
that I
high
clarify
risk.
this one.
High
so
risk.
I'm gonna read this because she insisted that I clarify it a certain way. She says this is a surprise nap to everyone involved. No one knows that you're asleep until they turn to talk to you. And what's key is that it's not a long drive. And this part is specific to me, and you could change the details, and I think it's universal. This is like a 10 to 15 minute trip to the store. The music's on, the kids are talking, they're shouting in the back, and somehow you pull off the sneakiest retreat from daily life, and the driver only finds out when they turn to say something to you, and you might not get in trouble in the moment, but that nap is going to cost you something. So it's a steal.
You know what? This reminds me of what I would call a buddy had a hard day nap, which is my kids. Sometimes I'd pick my kids up at 2:30 in the afternoon, put them in the car seat and been like, all right, we're going to our next fun thing. And by the time we get to the next fun thing, you look in the back and you're like, buddy had a hard day.
Yeah.
Buddy had a hard day. He didn't even make the next big thing because he's tuckered out from the first big thing.
This is now the big thing.
Oh, buddy had a hard day.
But what's key is that you can get out of that nap as quickly as you got into it.
Yeah.
Because you know that you got to go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
And you know you have to have your act together when you get out of the car. So
You guys,
It's a
This
good
is
one.
a really good one.
It's a good one.
This is a really
It's
good
brazen.
This has got to be. If this isn't one, I don't know how we're getting more brazen than this. This is
yeah,
super
that is
brazen.
true. You're not wrong about
Have
that.
you guys ever tried to had to keep your kid awake? They're trying to fall asleep, and you know that
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
bedtime.
Yeah, well, it happens the most when if we're close to the house.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know that we're bedtime's a coming, and I don't want to push
No.
that back anymore.
No,
What's
So
your
you gotta-
technique?
Just
You're in the
yell.
car, right?
God.
I can tell you if it's the boy. I don't. This doesn't happen anymore. But when they were little, if it was the twin that was sitting behind my wife's seat, I
Yeah.
just would be like, "Hey, bub, what's going on?"
Same.
Like just
Yeah.
tapping them, turning the music up and down.
Yeah,
But if
my
it-
arm's long enough that I would
Yeah.
reach in for tickles, like hard
Yeah.
tickles,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
like
yeah.
not like we're having fun tickles.
But I got one of mine.
I just
Yeah.
I would hurt my kid. I'd hurt him.
Yeah.
And it was
throw-
a fun thing I would do.
throw like objects.
He woke up.
No, my one kid, if he decides he's going to sleep, I have one kid. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
If he's decided he's going to sleep, you don't have a prayer, not a
love
one.
that.
But when he wakes up for the day, he's up. It doesn't matter.
He's
when
gonna be a great napper. He's gonna be so
he is.
good.
But the other one, he is like. It takes one to get to sleep. He could give or take it, and you know. But I got one that it just doesn't matter. There's no hope. We ready for two?
I'm ready.
Number 2. So this is post meal.
Okay.
Hidden from a responsibility. There's
Oh,
specific pieces
boy.
to this. It's not just napping after a meal.
Oh,
it's
my
napping after a
gosh.
meal when you know that there's something that needs to be done. Usually in a seated or slightly reclined position. Although in a pinch, if you're pro level, you can do it standing and leaning. Fact, I've done
you
this.
cannot.
I learned it 100%. 100%. You just got to get the positioning right because you need to be able to give your weight over to the thing that you're leaning on without completely falling down. I had a cousin that used to do this all the time. Shout out Chip Zdarsky, Steve Murray, fantastic napper.
Chip
back in
Zdarsky
the
is
day.
a world famous napper.
back,
We talk
back
about
in the
him
back in the day he could do this.
weekly.
We got him on the line. Is that my understanding?
Chip,
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
oh, can you tell them about your standing leaning naps?
Yeah, I was a professional stand lean type of guy.
How many years were you doing that for?
5
Like they don't believe me. Can you just talk about that time that you did it at Thanksgiving dinner?
Thanksgiving
When you were
dinner.
facing, I think, like a painting or something.
You call that
Thanksgiving dinner
you,
of 99.
you call that the Turkey Lean 99, did
Turkey
you?
Lean 99.
Turkey Lean
February.
99.
That's right.
It's,
What was the piece of art that you were looking at?
The Mona Lisa.
It was beautiful, right? And when my mom, your aunt, came to ask you about it, what did you do?
Well, I told her to shove off, and she did.
And she just let you nap?
I was drunk on turkey, baby.
That's fair. That's fair. Turkey does it to you.
It sure does. Actually, that's a
Chip.
pretty good one for this list. Thanksgiving nap? That's pretty good.
Chip, I'm so glad you were able to join us and set the record straight. These guys didn't believe me that a standing leaning nap was possible.
I love you, buddy.
Love you too.
Bye.
Chip Zdarsky, everybody.
He's
That's
great.
my guy.
Oh, Chip,
That's my
shout
guy.
out.
He's a good guy.
Man,
He's a good
man,
guy.
does he does he kidnap people and ask for ransom in
I
his
don't
like
know.
spare time?
No, that's what was that.
That's not usually what he sounds like. I think he's allergic to something.
a
and
little
his throat was
something
just
in
swollen.
That's
Got a little
right.
something.
The
I can't.
lean nap is crazy.
Yeah, I can't imagine that be. You've never lean napped.
100% I've
No,
leaned
you-
that. Why is my
No
wife not here?
way.
Catherine! They don't believe me. Whatever. She'll be on the next
Tell
show.
her to come in here.
Catherine.
She's not here.
Okay.
She left.
She's not here.
She heard that we were
Bit,
potting,
though.
and she was like, "This is dumb. I'm out."
But my thing that's great about this is that this takes Thanksgiving Day or whatever you guys call it up north, the great one, Boxing Day or whatever you call it, like Canadian. It's just it's Tuesday for them.
Yeah.
It's
Don't
just-
you guys
it's a
have
day-
Canadian Day and it's problematic right now?
Canada Day?
Bird Hunt Day. Yeah, we have Canada Day.
Bird
Yeah.
Hunt Day.
But I mean,
Canada-
it's
Canada's
problematic.
problematic,
Everything's
yeah.
problematic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is our
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
our Thanksgiving completely above board.
Super problematic.
Yeah. It's not that. You're taking that. This is, we all had a meal. My wife cooked the whole thing, prepared the whole thing. I told her I was going to clean the whole thing up.
Yeah.
And
Or somebody did.
have,
Yeah.
This wooden chair at the table is starting to feel a little extra cushy. a
Yeah.
little extra. Oh boy. And
The
you're going
key,
to
though-
sneak a quick 5-minute nap in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Man.
But also the key is that I don't know how it is everywhere, but oftentimes with Thanksgiving, you have so many relatives over, and everyone wants to bring their gnarly dish, and you have no. So we may have done a bunch of the cooking, but other people are bringing like random items that no one's going to eat, and so it doesn't ever feel like any one person is responsible for all of it.
Yeah.
So you have a collective responsibility, but you're not taking it out on one person.
Yeah,
You're just
yeah.
leveraging against the whole group. If it was one-on-one, then that's just a hostile act
That's
of
tough.
sleeping.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
This
hostile
is
nap,
a
and that
good
didn't
one.
make the list.
This is a really, really good one.
right.
I'm fascinated at
That
number one.
chair that guy's in is massive.
That's a big marshmallow
That's a
chair.
big chair.
Yeah, if you get in a marshmallow recliner,
Seriously,
all
that's
bets
a
are
big
off,
chair.
right?
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's not that big of a chair.
Okay.
it's
it's
full.
just
I
a
got you.
color.
Cool,
Okay,
cool,
it's
cool.
just a shading.
Got it.
Shading.
Cool,
So
cool. All
this
right,
is number one because it's my favorite type of nap.
Okay.
First
like
of all,
grading
shout out to
papers.
Aaron. All the pictures are of people sleeping. That's
Is
good.
this a drop? Is this
They're
this
so
looks
not
very
specific.
similar to the drop and bob?
It does
Yeah,
look
but it's
like a
not.
drop
It's
of
not.
ball.
The picture is misleading. Here's the thing. Okay.
Great in
Okay,
shades.
they were hard.
Yeah.
The pictures. I love Aaron. If you'd gotten here on time this morning,
I
you
love
could have
that.
gotten good pictures.
I had
love
so
that,
much feeling
Antonio.
for you when I sent this email because I just thought there's no way the photos are
and
gonna
then
make
Aaron
sense.
didn't show up for work today, so
Oh,
on top
Aaron.
of that, Aaron.
I love that.
I was napping.
She was
Aaron
napping.
was
Ironically,
taking the
she was
long
late
nap.
because she was napping.
Yeah.
I
Not the
think.
dead nap. That she was
I
still
love.
sleeping.
I love though that you said great job, Aaron. All the pictures are of people napping.
And then
this is a bad picture.
immediately,
This is a bad
he's
picture.
like, "This
It's a
picture
terrible
sucks.
picture.
Who got this picture?"
Explain
terrible
number
picture.
one.
Okay, so this is called the 5 cassette nap, and it's a derivation from a French term. 5 cassette. Can you hear me crunching?
Sank. Yeah,
man, we can hear you
absolutely.
crunching.
It is
It's a
an
microphone,
HD,
dummy.
It's
Is that how?
over
That's how
there.
these mics work?
Yeah.
Sorry, that was my
chomping right
that was
in
my
the
ASMR
microphone.
portion of the evening.
He's chomping right in. He's like, "You hear that?
You guys are.
Can you hear
Where's
this?
that coming from?"
I vaguely heard it in my own ear. Okay, so
can hear it
5
in my
cassette is a term that the French use to talk about missing time between leaving the
Cinq
office
cassette.
and going for dinner.
Okay.
And they use the term in a way that I'm not using it because for them it's about missing time where they usually meet up with their mistress or something to that effect. But
Oh,
I
it's a
napified this
sank
term.
of sex.
Yeah, exactly. But
Got
Cinq sex. And Cinq cassette, by the way, is a great film if you haven't seen it. Anton Yelchin, before he passed away, that was I think his last movie, and he
Rest
is
in
great
peace.
in it.
Obviously, he's
Yeah,
phenomenal.
rest in peace,
Yeah.
Anton Yelchin. So it's a missing time nap, and this is one of my favorite things to pull off, where the place that you are thinks that you have somewhere to go, and the place that you're going to doesn't know what time you're leaving the previous place, but they know what time you're arriving, and so there's this window of time where the two obligations that you have are never going to call each other. But they just neither one knows when you left or quite when you're arriving, and you just win. So that's when you nap wherever it is that you're hiding.
This would
and
be
for me,
like-
it's off in my car.
I've never done this, but I've thought about it.
Okay.
The years where I would leave Bramblefest setup and go write history of story.
Yeah.
And my wife thinks when she's with the kids,
My
she
wife.
thinks that she thinks that I'm doing Bramblefest stuff, which I am technically.
Yep.
You think that I'm writing history of story, which I am. But if I had written it and I just took a nap instead,
Exactly.
that is bold.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's my number one.
I love it.
This is a
I
very
absolutely freaking love it.
This is a very fib-based list.
Yeah, well, yeah, because the world doesn't want you to nap. Look, if the world
right.
wasn't out
That's
to
right.
steal naps from
That's
us,
right.
we
When
wouldn't
the
have to
world
hide
is
our
lying,
naps.
Your fib is the truth. Amen.
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 The spirit of the
That's
resurrection.
That's right.
All
Yeah.
right.
Fib-based list.
While we are coming up with
You're a
our
fit-based
what
list.
we're going to be able to do, Antonio, is
We didn't explain this at all.
each
Sorry.
of us.
It's the death list.
Sorry.
Bow,
Each,
bow.
each of us are going to be able to do two flips.
To flip 'em
So
out.
we could take one and make
Switch
a
it up.
four, then take the four and make a one, and then what we can do is we can
Replace two.
replace two as well. So if we have two naps that we think are better than two that are on this board, we can get rid of two of them and replace them.
Yeah.
That's what we can do here.
I like that. I like that.
What I
Love
would
it.
like for you to do while we try to figure this out on our end, I would like for you to do the hard pitch on the Real West, which is coming out at the end of this month, and what people can look forward to with the movie.
The Hard Pitch on the Real West by Bobby Briggs. First of all, you should tune in because my name is Bobby Briggs.
Bobby Briggs,
I don't want
nice.
to get anyone too excited. I'm a blip in this movie. There was a little shifty poo in terms of the script, and so the script that I thought that I had with the Bobby Briggs was truncated quite a bit. Why do I think you'll like this movie? Have you ever wanted to see Lucas Bryant and Kim Sustad ride horses into the sunset together? I know I have. And if you have, and even if you haven't, boy, will you be in for a shock. Because they ride horses into the sunset. And let's back it up a bit. You know who I think the shining star of this movie is? I know you think I'm going to say Bobby Briggs, but it's not. It is Marley, who, I don't know what else she's been in. I hear she's been in some other movies, is just the most delightful. She plays Kim's younger sister, and she is hilarious. In her real life, she is, she's an actress and a musician. She does like ABBA cover bands all over Vancouver. And if I knew any ABBA songs, I would sing them right now, but I don't.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
Good.
Go
Good.
ahead, Brand.
That's as much as I got. I don't know.
That was great, by the way. All right,
no,
here's
whatever.
what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get rid of. I'm gonna get rid of number 9. I know it might be a hot take, but I think that road trips are about friendship. And
I got
think-
rid of number 9 too,
And I
Brand.
think it's just downright
Wow.
rude. I think it's
Yeah.
downright rude what you're doing. And I've always been like, man, if there's not many people that I'd like to take a trip with, but Antonio would be on that list. And now you're not, because I know that you would just ignore me and you'd act like you can't hear me because you're trying to take a nap. You're trying to sneak one in. And here's what I'm going to do. This was a little bit outdated. It's a little bit outdated, that number. But I think you might understand what I'm talking about. It's the midnight movie nap. So back in the day when you had to go to midnight movies, sometimes you would find yourself in the middle of that midnight movie dozing off. And it's risky
Yeah.
because you could miss something. You could miss a plot point. You could not wake up and you just fall asleep and you wake up in the morning in the
Dead.
movie theater.
I've never fallen asleep in a movie theater.
I've
in my life.
dozed off a few times in my life at a movie theater at a late night movie. And so I'm
Shameful.
putting that on there. And because it is risky, it's not ideal, but it does help you get to the end of the movie. And then you're like, oh man, remember that? And you don't have to tell anybody.
But it's an accidental nap?
It's accidental. It's accidental. 100%.
Okay. It sounds a lot like the Drop and Bop.
Well, but it's not.
Just gonna say.
It's different. It's different
yeah.
because it's different because it is it's based off of
Sounds like the
where,
drop and bop.
No, it's where
Yeah.
you are. It's based solely on where you are.
I know, but the intention behind it is it's not intentional. You don't see it. You don't see it coming.
Yeah, you kind of do though.
If you revised it to say the midnight movie nap where if the movie's bad enough, you get a power nap
Fine,
before you
put
go
that.
home.
Do,
I'm
do
in.
that. Let's do that then. I like that.
Okay.
I like
All right.
that. And then I'm gonna get rid of number 5, the public transit nap.
That's the one I got rid of. I got rid of 5 and 9
It's
as well.
downright, it's downright too risky. It's downright ridiculous. I don't understand how anybody could do it. And I am gonna put on.
Conservative.
I'm gonna put on the football nap. It is on a Sunday afternoon.
that's just-
you put on football,
But it's
or
so
golf
low risk.
or whatever.
Yeah, it's the golf
but,
nap.
But no, here's the risk though. You put it on and you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing,
Yeah,
right?
I'm
You're
gonna rest
sitting
my
down.
eyes a little bit.
I'm gonna rest my eyes. But you might miss the game.
Yeah.
You might miss the game.
Okay.
And that's risky, especially if it's a good game, a good matchup, and you were excited
Yeah,
about it, but
all
you
right.
put it on. So there's something about Sunday afternoon that just hits when
Yeah,
it
that's
comes
true.
to the nap, especially when you have some sort of sport on, whether be it football, be it golf, whatever. That makes
Don't
it
say
to where-
basketball.
I never would. But where you fall asleep and you risk missing the game, but there's something about the background noise of the game that
Yeah.
really hits for the game. And
can get
then
more with that.
and then so that's going to be number 5, and number 9 is the midnight movie nap. And I am going to flip number 3.
Dude, if you say 3 and 7, so help me.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing.
What?
3 and 7. So 7, the nap with the kids. I
The
like
kid
that one a lot.
Nap jail is definitely top 3.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, that's fair.
100%. And then I'm gonna also replace.
What's this dead guy one
Yeah,
again?
what's the dead guy? What's number
That's
6?
the pregame. That's the pregame gamble nap.
Pregame. Yeah. Pregame
Oh,
gamble.
yeah. I'm gonna move that up. Actually, I'm gonna move.
Okay.
I'm gonna move up 6, and I'm gonna move down
Hammock. Yeah.
4.
That's exactly what I was going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
our moves are the same, and that's fine.
What are you replacing? What's your replacers?
4 and 9? Exactly.
Yeah, but what are you the
Or
replace?
5 and 9. My 5 and 9. I'm replacing the mass
Okay.
transit.
Yeah.
The 5 I'm replacing with
Okay.
a kids nap time nap. So
Kids nap time.
So when your kids are young, you play in those naps,
Yeah.
they're definitely sleeping. When your kids start to get out of nap time but still need it,
yes.
that's the nap I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
It's when you put them down for a nap and they could sleep 2.5 hours. They could sleep not at all.
Yeah.
And you go, you know what? I'm gonna lay down in my bed. I'm not
Yeah.
not doing I'm not doing a recliner. I'm gonna lay down in my bed knowing full well they could get up and get
At
into
any
some
point.
stuff, and I'm supposed to be parenting.
Yeah.
That is
That's a
nap-
good one.
Man, that nap hits. It
That's
really-
risky.
I gotta be honest. I wanted it higher, but I love these top 3 so much, and I switched 4 and 6. And so
Pregame, yeah.
I had to put it here. The kids' nap time nap is primo.
That is good, actually.
Because then when you get that nap and they sleep long and you sleep long, it's perfection.
It's perfection.
It's perfection.
That's good.
And if they wake
Yes.
up and get into things and you don't wake up
That's
right away,
Yeah.
that just ups the risk.
dice you're rolling are ginormous. They're
Yep,
big
yep,
dice.
yep.
And then my last one is what I would call the holiday nap.
Yeah.
It is, you guys talked about Thanksgiving. Whenever I think of Thanksgiving, Christmas, any holiday where you've got a bunch of stuff to do,
Yeah.
there is some time during that day where you just hit a lull and you know you still have things to do, but boy, a quick snoozer, a quick
Yeah.
any of these, a quick under the hat, a quick drop and bop.
You know when it does work with basketball is Christmas Day.
Yeah,
when that
true.
first Christmas Day game,
Yeah.
that's not the most exciting one.
Does
and
not
I
matter.
know I gotta go to my in-laws like in a few hours. Put that on. Say, boys, it's been a long day. We got a lot more fun coming.
Yeah.
So let's all just nap.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put on the basketball game because I might want to see what's going on. But I know what I'm doing.
And I count that on Christmas Day as watching the game.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, of
You
course.
do.
I do.
No,
Watch all the
I
games.
would say a holiday nap. I very rarely want to take a nap in those scenarios unless it's a holiday. So like if it's just been a long day at 4:00, I'm like, I'll just go to bed early.
I'll just power through.
But when it's those holidays, there's something about, you wake up and your kids open all their Christmas presents at 6 a.m. and they're all open by 6:32, and you're like,
Dude, especially when
Well-
when you got
when's
What now?
the first kickoff? When's the first?
Yeah.
Like that day seems like 1,000.
Well,
Like,
and
it
especially
seems
when
really, really long.
when you have like family in town, and you know we're gonna have to go here at this point,
Yep.
and then we're gonna have
Yeah.
to go here.
You got all
some-
this stuff to do. Yeah.
We do
Like
have an honorable mention.
that's a great one.
I think.
Oh.
I think obviously my list is you get to choose a list, but my 2 naps were just. They're just better than brains. But you pick your list. We do have an honorable mention from Bry Guy for those corporate 9-to-5 workers out there. It's the all hands call nap. That is risky. If you are on an all hands call and you take a nap, you are living large.
That's crazy.
That is.
What does an all hands call means that
means
everybody's on the call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not corporate. The 3 of us, we don't know what that's about. But
That's
Brian,
crazy.
To me,
lives on the all
that
hands
sounds like that sounds like the low hat nap.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know that you're face to face with someone technically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, what
I
you
like
could
that.
do, is you could record a video of you looking at the camera,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then sign in, start that video, and then you can just really take a nap.
Now they probably have filters that make it look
They
like
do.
your eyes
It's
are
a,
open.
it's, a, it's a thing. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Cayonne, which list are you choosing? Are you choosing the one where we did the same switches?
Yeah.
But I chose-
really,
yeah.
what replacement naps do you think are
You like
better?
the
And I think
kids'
you're gonna
nap
go.
time in the holiday?
I think you're gonna go.
I'm pretty happy with the kids' nap time on the holiday. I'm not gonna lie.
I love
Those
That's
hit.
good.
Those hit.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right.
Antonio, thank you so much
What a
for joining us.
blast.
This was so
Thank
much
you.
fun. And thank you for bringing this list. I didn't see it coming.
I didn't. It
but
was a
I'm-
blast.
But I'm glad it.
Oh
I'm
my
glad it
goodness,
happened.
it was so much fun.
I hope between now and next time I see you, y'all get your nap games leveled up just a little bit. I want to hear about your most audacious nap next time we chat.
All right, fair enough.
Absolutely.
Real West, September 28th is when it's premiering on the
Is
New
it?
York channel.
That sounds great.
It's very
Right around the corner, real fall.
yeah,
It's unbelievable.
real fall. And we're back next time with another one. Until then.
This has been.
It's the dance list.
Woo!
With Brandon down. It's
we
the
go.
dance list.
Turn it up.
Okay, bye.